I'm not the most polite person, and you know, I suffer from a lack of tact sometimes, but I try incredibly hard not to put that into my web presence. I started to get incredibly nervous about appearing on stage today. The obvious reason is that I'm speaking in front of 300 people, and I'm pretty sure that someone will criticize me, criticize my speech, my delivery, and I'll no doubt see it in my newsreader. Probably it's already there. And luckily I've been doing this for 4 years, and I've gotten a pretty thick skin. I'm pretty used to reading criticisms about me and about the company, and it's just a part of what I do. But the main reason that I was really scared, and I'm still scared, is that IRC back channel. In theory, it seems like a really good idea, you know, giving the audience a chance to share what they are thinking, share relevant links, discuss the panels and topics at hand, you know, ask questions. But in reality, the IRC channel kind of is, you know, filled with jokes. I'm sure there's jokes happening right now. Is it up there? No. No. You know, it's about jokes about the panels and about the participants. It's often off topic. You know, people are doing like Photoshop mashups. And you know, sometimes it can be mean in tone. And you know, on this channel, it's not just this conference. I've seen this at other conferences, and it's kind of disturbing. And the biggest thing is, you know, I've seen people make comments on these channels that they would never say to somebody's face. And you know, that's like blogging as well. You know, people are meaner than they would ever do, you know, right in front of you. And the difference between the IRC channel and blogging is that blogging is much more permanent, and you know, you can have something follow you around through Google or search engines indefinitely. And a lot of the stuff isn't even based in truth. So, you know, for this reason, many people are afraid of bloggers, and I'm a blogger, and I'm afraid of bloggers. But wouldn't it be great if we could simply be more civil? And civilities are defined as a courteous act or courteous acts that contribute to smoothness and ease in dealings and social relationships. And smoothness and ease in dealings of social relationships, is this possible with what we're doing with weblogs? When we preview our own posts, what if we read them for more than just proper grammar or HTML? You know, what if we read them for accuracy, appropriateness, good nature, and read it for civility? Look at your post through a filter and think, you know, I've led my blogging life to say, you know, if I'm not going to say this to this person, I don't say it.
The back channel, I thought some of the stuff that I saw up there yesterday was not only a distraction, it was offensive to people who were saying very valid things, who had worked very hard with passion to present, and people in the back of this room were taking pot shots. I think as it travels, I guess I'm making a soapbox speech instead of asking a question. So I'll cut it short and say I just think it's terrific that somebody finally said that on a dais.
I do believe that people should say what they feel. And if you will say something directly to someone's face, and it may be construed as nasty, or it may be construed as criticism, say it if that's your personality. The bigger problem I have is with the people who I read that will write something about 6 Apart, for my example, or about me personally. And it's not just lies, well, you know, character judgments about me based on very weird facts. And then I will meet them at a conference, and they'll be like, "Oh, I love your tool. Thank you so much for coming." And that's my biggest issue is this two-facedness. And if you are going to say something, and that's your personality, I think you can say it. You don't. But when I say civil, you know, I'm not saying, you know, be fake or be ultra-friendly, because you know, some of the funniest blogs I read, they are snarky, but that's also their personality, really.
Every story has 2 points of view, and we have to listen sometimes or see what other people think, and hopefully at the end of the day we'll learn something about it.
See that person, .Ben. Who's .Ben? All day yesterday you've been an asshole to the people who've been in this panel, and I want to know, what the fuck?
Hand up, yeah!
I'm sorry for swearing.
That's fine.
Yeah!
Hi, so I don't want my only contribution to be this for the day, but I have to feel that I find this whole, I find this really patronising, to be honest, particularly what you've got to say. I think if you're going to be online, if you're going to be in this environment, you've got to have a thick skin. To just kind of say, oh, well, everyone should be nice, etc. Well, that's life. There are different people in this world, and the internet and the blogosphere is just an extension of this. So say to people, well, be nice, be more considerate, be more courteous in blogging, is no different to saying that in real life. And, you know, it just seems really strange to me to sort of be talking about this in this way. I mean, I take some of your points about people, if someone comes along to Jeremy Zawodny's blog and you don't know about who he is, etc., well, I can understand where you're coming from in terms of people might get the wrong idea. But at the same time, people are still allowed to have an identity which you may disagree with. They may conduct themselves in a way that you disagree with.
I don't know who you are, but I don't know why you have such a problem with something like Six Apart. That was part of your things yesterday. It's like, what the hell is Six Apart? Why are they, you know, what do you have against Six Apart?
I don't particularly have anything against Six Apart. Indeed, you know, I'm not particularly sure exactly what you're referring to. I'm also wondering, this is a slightly, I don't mind taking this, but it just seems like a slightly strange environment to sort of have this conversation.
It's better in a setting where you can just say things.
I just think it's more appropriate for me. I mean, if you want to have this conversation, we can.
We can have it afterwards.
Okay.
But, you know, calling this bullshit. This is exactly the sort of thing.